Hi everyone, my name is Eric Kennedy, and I'm here just to give a brief overview of the project that I chose to do for the class. And basically, what I did was I designed a mobile application, which is named as iDestinations. I designed it in Visual Studios using the Xamarin Forms. Now, I initially wanted to design the application in Apache Cordova, which allows you to build mobile apps via HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This is a plugin that's available to the Visual Studio environment, but I had issues implementing this extension into my environment. For some reason, there's an issue with the Visual Studios for Mac version that it won't allow me to add in. So what I did is I went to Xamarin, and Microsoft got great documentation on the actual Xamarin Forms and its tutorials. And so I briefly went through some of the tutorials and things like that to get acquainted with the IDE, the workflow, and things of that nature. And also, I was able to discover that there's great tutorials as well on YouTube that I was able to view and actually build my first app. In building my first app, it was just a click me here instance, and then basically it kept count. It was a click counter, so every time you clicked the button, it kept a count on how many times you clicked it. So that gave me very confidence to move ahead and develop the app in Xamarin. Now, Xamarin Forms has a great developer environment, and what I here is what I will show you that I was able to actually download a template from that environment, and I actually utilized the hyperlinks template, and basically was to bring that into my environment and then build off of that. Sort of like the well, not kind of, but a little bit different from Bootstrap, but it got that same instance with it. It provided you a framework, and you go in and you adjust the framework and make it train. So let's get started with my Visual Studios. So here's my Visual Studios. Here's the code, and here's the app. And so basically, this is I code in C#. So you code in C#, and what Xamarin does on the back end is allow you to deploy mobile applications to two different environments. One being iOS, the other one being Android. So here's my app, and I like Eclipse, the IDE. You have your solution center over here to the right. Look at these like classes and things of that nature, and sources and repository, just like Eclipse. And then so here's the main basically setup of the app and things of that nature. You got the hyperlinks, and basically I dealt mostly out of this page, the main page of the Xamarin file, and what the development of the app. And so when I deploy the app, and first I'll deploy it to the iOS environment. And here's what the emulator looks like. So here's my iDestination app in this environment. I built this logo using an online logo generator. And so I was able to build that logo and implement that into the app as well. Here it is, my location. So basically this app is just of trips that me and my wife have been on so far and meaningful. And then what this will do is, this is a hyperlink, and this hyperlink will hyperlink out to the website and open up within the app, or open up a web browser that will open up the web page that I designed for that particular trip. So if you click on South Africa, like you say, it's open it up, and it's displayed on iFlag, which I like very much. I think the iOS version displays much better on the mobile platform than Android, and you'll begin to see the difference shortly. So here's our Africa trip, and what I like about the app is that it's got button instances and events where you can listen, and it's just this simulator, this Xcode simulator does beautifully. So it functions just like you normally would on an iPad. You can scroll, and as you can see, cultural experiences, trips, blase, the details of the page. Very nice. So very dynamic, very nice indent. So if I go back, open up to China, again, China we visited, same functionality, same feel, very nice. Is I think the mobile application build out when I deployed it to the iOS environment was very unique and very dynamic in that nature. So I'll show you what this looks like in the Android environment. All right, I'm back, and so here's my app in the actual using the Android emulator. And so for some odd reason, my logo, when the source, when it pulls it in, it wants to take over the whole app, and you're not able to see it within the Android environment. It was working when I initially designed it, but of course Murphy is playing its role, and of course it's not working as proper now. So just took the my logo out, and so here's the app of the location. So it functions just as before. You click on here, and then what it'll do is it's going to open up a page within. So it's going to actually do all this just once, and then it's going to open up the web browser within the mobile application. Like I mentioned before, I felt that there's a design elements in the actual dynamic nature of the way that the pages display. I felt displayed better in the iOS environment. Now I don't know, it's just because I'm using the Mac. Would it be flip-flop if I was using a Windows? Probably, and that is that. But here it is, the web page, and like you say, you can scroll down. And this is it. This is the phone. This is the app. And the way it functions in the Android environment. So that is just about it. All in all, this project took me well over 25 hours to complete. So thank you for watching.